Okay.
Hey,
Morning.
morning,
Morning, Phil.
Mayor.
Morning, Roy.
Morning, Mayor, Roy, and
Thank you.
Lou.
And Lou.
Rob.
He'll be here in a minute.
Okay, so we're doing Bava Metzia today.
Oh, right. What if I have to go get it?
We're in the Elu Metzias. We just started Elu Metzias, second parak.
Oh, so that's near the front. Okay. 1 second.
Okay, so
Sorry, what are we doing?
we're doing Elu Metzias,
Uh,
the second
I'm
parak
sorry,
in
what are
Bava
we
Metzia.
doing?
That's if you can find the place.
Oh, we're doing the Gemora, are we? Oh,
Yeah,
Gemora.
okay.
yeah, they're what you call.
We'll see how this works. Okay, so first parak and the second parak, Bava Metzia, Elu Metzias starts on Chaf Aleph 21a. We have basically been through the Mishnah. I think we're ready to go to the Gemora. Basically, the Mishnah told us different items which are chayav lahachris. That if one finds them, you got to be machriz. You have to announce that you found it, and and then there are some things that if you find, you could keep them because I guess we take on that the owner was certainly miyayish. He certainly gave up. We'll see exactly what the reason for that is. That's the din. And okay, so with that we can go to the Gemara. Okay. So we're going to start with the Gemara now. Motza perus mefuzarin.
Okay, we're on 21A3, where the Gemara starts. We did the Mishnah, we're up to the Gemara.
Okay. Everybody got the place?
Yes.
Okay, so we do what we do is we have somebody read the Gemara, and then after they read the Gemara, we see if there's some Rashi, and we keep going like that. Oh, and we also try to explain what the Gemara and the Rashi are saying also. Okay, so let's go with the beginning of the Gemara. Motza peris mefuzarin, the comma. Who would like to start off the reading of the Gemara? Mayor, you want to start?
I'll try. I'm not that good at Gemara, though. It says, let's see. Matzah Peirot Mefuzarin. So if one found the scattered produce, and I think we learned before that he can keep it. Or maybe if something was in it. Oh, no, if something was in it, he has to return it. Okay. So the comma and how much of this was, let's see, scattered around. So Rav Yitzchak Amar, Rav Yitzchak answered, Kav bi'arba amot. A kav that's over an area of 4 amot. It's an am about 18 inches, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Some say 18, some say 21, whatever, it's close enough.
Right, okay. Well, 18 is a foot and a half by 4. Okay. That's 4, that's 6 feet. Okay. So then let's see, it says the Gemara questions this. Hevi, no, Hevi. Let me get my glass in here. Hechi Dami. What is the circumstance about this that the Rav Yitzchak says it's true? Iderech Nefilah. Okay, so if produce lies in a way that indicates it fell from the owner unintentionally. Oh, okay. Afilu tuvanami, even more than a kav and 4 amot should also belong to the finder. Okay. Let's see. It says, let's see. Since the produce had no identifying marks, the one who lost it has certainly despaired of recovering it. Okay, that's what we said in the Mishnah, I think. So whoever finds it keeps it. The iderech hinoach. Okay, and if this produce was found in a way that indicates it was deliberately placed there, afilu batzir mehavi nami lo. Then even less than this would not belong to the finder. Oh, it says comment here, since the owner would plans to return for it.
Right. Okay, so that's the question that the Gemora is asking. That's the question that Rabbi Yitzchak's asking. So again, he's going on the lashon of the Gemara of the Mishnah. The Mishnah says kav ba'arba that it's mufuzar. Sorry. Let's start with what it says in the Mishnah. The Mishnah says matzah peres mefuzarim, and whatever the din is with the peres mefuzarim. Whatever the Mishnah says over there about peres mefuzarim, matzah peres mefuzarim, most mefuzarim, elu Metzias shelo. These are all things that if he finds them, they will. Okay. So let's. The Mishnah is not immediately clear what it is. The dinim over there. Let's leave that on the side for a second. What the Gemara is looking into is, you said in the Mishnah that he found peres mefuzarim. So we want to know, the Gemara wants to know kama, how much, meaning how much peres spread over how much space are you talking about when you say peres mefuzarim? And Rabbi Yitzchak said, we're talking about a kav of peros, that much peros, spread out over a space of arba amos. That's what Rabbi Yitzchak said to explain the Mishnah. On that, the Gemara questioned it. Mamonov Shach, what's going on over here? If we see that it was derech nefila, so then that kav arba amos is not. It shouldn't be that. That shouldn't be the measurement. Even more than that. And if it looks like it was put there specifically, that's called derech hinuach. So then afil botzer mihocha. So even less than the amount that Rabbi Yitzchak said of kava arba amos would the din would nami lo. Also not what? Also not it would not belong to him. So that's the question that the Gemara is asking over here. Do we have Rashi? Kama. Yeah, we go to another person, different person to read the Rashi.
The Kama, how much is chashuv pizor, is considered scattered. And we're talking about a kav. And the kav is
considered pizor.
Pizor ba'arba amos, that's scattered among 4 amas. Aval begimel amas, but if it was only 3 amas, lo hayapizur, that wouldn't be considered scattered. Utaima, and the reason is that will be explained the azil as we keep going on. Why you need a 4 amas area to be considered scattered, and why only 3 amas would not be considered scattered. It will explain to us in the Gemara as we go on. And I think this derech nefila is still there. Okay. I just said that. Derech nefila, if it's the way of it fell. Metzia derech nefila, if it went out by a method of falling, sheish ladat, that he should know.
If he found it, imotzam. If he found them, if he found peros in a way of looks like they fell there.
If he found them, matzatam derech nefila, of the way of falling, sheish ladat, that he should know. Shalo hunach sham, that he didn't place him. That's the reason we use this word mafuzar, that it's like it's scattered all around. It's not just considered falling, one drop fall, that he placed them there. If he placed them there, he wouldn't scatter them all around. Midas, from his that he scattered it, he placed it there with his knowledge. Eled noflu, rather they fell.
Yeah, sheyesh ladas, that there is for us to know. Shalohunchu sham midas. He did not. The one that the owner, he did not place them there knowingly. Elanoflu, rather they fell from him without his intention to that they should fall. So if that was the way that they were found in wherever they were found, so then the Gemara says afilu tuva nami, afilu tuva nami, yeah.
Okay, so now we have the afilu tuva nami. There's a thing in this. There's a Rashi and there's a afilu tuva nami. Even the more so. Afilu tuva mekav, from a kav name also more than it's a kav, even more than a kav also. The kaven, since ain baham simon there, because there is no simon on it to prove it.
Yes, there is no simon.
miyayosh, that it would be his we'll give you the word yayosh. His despair would be a mayayosh. It really would be a mayayosh.
Yeah, Yushe Meyayish. He certainly was Meyayish once he found out that he didn't have them in the wagon or whatever it was, however it was he was carrying them. So okay, so if they were if the finder found them in a way of Derek Nefila that looks like they just fell there without the intention of the owner to put them there, so then the Gemora is saying even if he found more than a kav, also the din would be that the finder could keep it. Because why? Because the person certainly despaired from ever recovering them once he found that they were lost. Because if you'll ask, why should he despair from ever finding them? The Rashi says, "Kevan de ein behem siman," since they didn't have any identifying characteristic about them, such that he would be able to prove that they belong to him. So he can't prove that they're his. So even if he calls up the guy, puts a note in the shul, and he says, "Oh yes, I lost them. I lost Paris Mafuzarim." So he says, "Yeah. So can you give me a simon?" So the guy says, "I don't know. They were just Paris Mafuzarim. That's not a simon." So he has no way to prove that he was the one that lost these Paris Mafuzarim. So therefore, Rashi explains, for that reason, he's going to be Meyayish. And so since he's going to be Meyayish, that means that the thing's hefker, and that means that the one that picks it up, he can pick it up and he can keep it. He doesn't have to be machris. Okay. That's Derek Nefila. Now we go to Derek Hinuach. If, on the other hand, it was Derek Hinuach, Phil, you would just want to read the next this next Rashi, 3 words?
Well, I don't think we got to them yet.
Yeah, we read this one. We said if it's Derek Hinuach, so then afilu batzu mihachi namilo.
Wait a second. Derech Hinuach. Okay. Oh yeah. If it's the method of him that he placed him there. Atid in the future, lachzor litlem. He's gonna come back and he's gonna take him. He placed it there, and he'll go back and get it. He's not my ayish if it was placed there.
Right. So even he may not have a simon to be able to, what do you call it? He may not have a simon to be able to prove that it belongs to him. They're just peros, right? But nevertheless, the finder cannot keep them. In this case, why? Because Rashi says the owner is coming back for them. How do we know he's coming back for them? Because we see by the way that they are on the ground, it's clear that the owner placed them there with intention, with knowledge that he put them down there for whatever reason, and he's certainly coming back to get them because he knows he put them down and he knows where he put them down, and so now he's coming back for them. So therefore, what? So therefore, he's not miyayish. Oh, if he's not miyayish, certainly the one who finds them, he can't take them for himself. They belong to somebody. Okay, so that's the Gemora's question. Hey Chidami, we don't understand Rabbi Yitzchak. His explanation of what Paris Mafuzarim is not understandable. We look at it like this, we look at it like that. Why should it be that Kav Ba'arba Amos is the case that the Mishnah is talking about? So on that, the Gemara is going to give an answer. Amar Rav Bukva bar Chama. And we go to Lou to read the Gemara. Is Lou there? Yeah.
I'm here. Amar Rav Ukba bar Chama. Rav Ukba bar Chama said, B'mach nashta devei darei askinan. We're dealing with the clearing of the threshing floor. So in other words, he gathered up produce from the threshing floor and he took it outside and he put it on the side of the road. And he's going to come back. He's going to go back and get more until he's cleared out the threshing floor, and then he's going to take it somewhere. Is that the
Well,
idea?
Let's see what Rashi says. Want to read Rashi?
Okay. Rashi, Shanishhtana debei deri, when he, so the Mishnah says like to evacuate something. He evacuated the cleared out the threshing floor. Sha'at Asifad Garanat, at the time, that's where he's going to threshing floor, at the time of the gathering of the grains, the Khan, Deshin Ba'alehem, and this is the Deshin is like the grasses or whatever. No,
Yeah.
Deshin. Yeah, but Alehem in the going up, the Nisu.
No, Dushan is from the word to do dush.
Dush is threshing. Yeah, the threshing
Yeah.
floor.
Oh yeah.
Dushing.
Dushan Ba'alehem.
The Nisu et ha'ikar, and already removed the main part, but the notru elu, and it's what's left on it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Rashi's explaining the circumstances of how it is that we found this, how he found these grains. We're talking about they were they're grains from the threshing floor. I don't know if he took them outside and put them somewhere else yet. That it's not clear to me from Rashi, the way Rashi's explaining where it is exactly that they were found. But Rashi's just explaining the circumstances of how these things were how this Paris Befuzarin was found. So they're doing they're threshing over there in the gronot. That's the granary. Same word in English. Granary is gronot. Gimel Reish Nun. And so Rashi says Nasu esa ikar. They pick up the ikar, the kernels, the wheat kernels, the grain kernels, the grain they pick up, because that's the whole process of threshing. What is threshing? Threshing means that they separate the kernels, the grain that they want from the chaff, because you got like a wheat stalk, and the wheat stalk has got a part of the wheat stalk is the grain kernels that they want to take away, and then the other part is the chaff, is the stuff. I don't know what they do with the chaff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they give it to the animals. I don't know. The animals don't eat it. They do eat it. I don't know. But he's picking up the ikr. He's picking up the kernels. V'nosro elu. But this stuff he left. Now it sounds like this stuff is also kernels, because the Mishnah calls it peros. We're not talking about chaff that's that it's there on the ground. We're talking about stuff that could be used by a person. But so here over here, the ikr must be the ikr, the main part of the threshing process. He picked up most all of the stuff, and now this stuff is left over there. So why did the guy leave that stuff over there? Because he, he's not going to bend down on his hands and knees and pick up every single granule that's there. So this is what's there. In other words, the whole case that the Gemora is saying in the Mishnah about Peres Mefuzarin, what is that whole case about? The case is what Mar Ukva Bar Chama is telling us, that's the case, and Rabbi Yitzchak, he's the one that says if they found over there a kav of over the shetach of Arba Amos, the amount, the what do you call the shetach, the space of Arba Amos, that will be a din of Hare Elu Shalo. That will be a din of Hare Elu Shalo. Meaning to say, he's not coming back for it. It's not worth it for him to come back for it and take it. He's not coming back. Yeah, because that's the case of the Mishnah. The case of Peres Mefuzarin, the case is the din is Harei Elu Shalo. What's the Mishnah say? Elu Metzia Shalo ve'elu Chayv L'Hakos. Elu Metzia Shalo Motza Peres Mefuzarin. It sounds like that's the case. Peres Mefuzarin is one of the cases that we say Elu Metzia Shalo belongs to the finder. Yeah. Okay, so they don't have any identifying siman either. Okay, so let's see further in the Gemara. Roy, you want to read?
Okay. So we do what? Gemara answers, or is it further back than that?
We're up to Kav Ba'arba. You know what? Just read from Amar Rav Ukva Bar Chama.
Amar Rav Ukva Bar Chama. Rav Ukva Bar Chama said, in explanation of Rabbi Yitzchak's rule, B'machna nashto the bear the ray as the kinan. We are dealing in this Mishnah not with grain that was lost, but with the produce left behind at the time of the clearing of the threshing floor. The article says what remains on the floor after the owner has threshed his grain and carried it away. Kav Bava Amos, where the cover of grain kernels remains spread over the area of 4 Amos square, Denafish Tirachayahu, in which case the effort needed to collect them is great. Lo Torach Anish, a person does not make the effort. Below Ha'adar Atay Vishokel Lahu, and does not return to take them, that is the remaining kernels. Afakurei Mapaka Lahu, rather, he renounces his ownership of them. Too awkward. But however, where a cup of grain is spread over an area smaller than this, Tarach, V'hadar, Osi, V'shokil Lahu, a person does make the effort and does return to take them. Below Mapakeh Lahu, and he does not renounce his ownership of them. And where does a simon come into it then?
No, there's no simon. There's no simon over here. The whole issue is why is it that the finder could take it or not, or you cannot take it? What's the koveya? The koveya is the amount over the amount of grain over the amount of space that grain is situated. If it's with this ratio of 1 kav and 4 amos, so you got 1 kav of grain spread out over 4 amos, so that is too little grain spread over too much area for the guy who did the threshing to bother with. It's too much of a bother for him, too much effort for too little grain to bother with. So what does he do? He leaves it there. What does it mean he leaves it there? He leaves it there and he's not coming back. Now, incidentally, where is it that this is? This is right on the threshing floor. But it sounds like the threshing floor itself, it sounds like it's a public place. It sounds like it's a public granary that people come and they do their threshing over there. All different people over there. So it's not a private property over there, so to speak. Because otherwise, what's a guy doing going into somebody's house and taking the grain off the floor? I mean, the guy, that's what I think. Anyway, so, okay. But the Gemara says, if it's 1 kav spread out over less than 4 amos, so then we're saying, so that involves less effort in order to pick up that grain. So that area, he's since it's less effort which is needed in order to pick up that kav of grain, he would do that. So how come he didn't do that? He couldn't do it at the time, but we have to assume that he's going to come back and do that. So therefore, he's not me'ayesh. He didn't leave it there and say, I can't, I'm not going to bother with it. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's not mine. Because that's what we're saying. If he's leaving it and he's not coming back, he's basically, we're saying he's mafkirit. That's how the Gemora says. He's mafkirit. We're not saying Yeush because he knows where it is. It's not like he's despairing from ever finding it. Yeush means I despair that I'll ever find it. He knows where it is. This is not worth his bother to pick it up. So that's why the Gemara doesn't use the lashon over here of Yeush. He uses the lashon of mafkir. He's mafkir there. He leaves it there. It's like he's relinquishing his ownership from that kav. if it's spread out over 4 amos. But anything less, we say that he's going to come back for it, and therefore you cannot pick it up in that case. So that's why Rav Yitzchak said dafka a kav spread out over dafka 4 amos. That's the case that we say that he is mafker, the grain there. So anybody wants to come and do the effort that it takes in order to pick it all up, he's welcome to it. Okay, weiter in the Gemora. Boy, Reb Yirmiyah.
Time, actually.
Oh, we have no more time. Okay.
Wait, just one more thing before we go. Sorry
Yeah.
to be that.
Sure.
There were 2 Rashis on them, very short Rashis to say
Okay.
that they were nefish treo that there would be a big bother in it lekabtzan in order to collect them, to gather them together if they
Right.
were spread out far. But if it was a lesser amount than this, if it was a spread out, less than that. So those are the cases when it's not such a big bother. It's only when it's really spread over a large area that he's going to have a problem and Yehu should not bother picking him up. Small, and that'll pick up.
Yeah. Okay, good. Excellent.
Take care, be well.
Okay, everybody. So tomorrow we'll try to do Daniel. I mean, not Daniel.
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. Pretty much the same time. Okay, gotcha. Take care.
Yeah.
Be well, everybody.